over. Hello. Hello. Let me just. Okay. Hello. Hi. I am Spantopia Rose, but you can call me Span. How are you? Do you ever get stressed out by the amount of stress balls that you own? Do you ever get stressed out by the amount of stress balls you own? So I own some stress balls that I bought that have been given to me. Like this little guy, you may remember him. He is a squishy. He's a squishy, very tappable, squishy sloth. I got this from a family member, friend or family, I don't remember. I got this for Christmas. And I love him, and he's squishy, and he's wonderful, and he's a sloth, and I really like him. This is a good stress ball. But I also own this other squishy here. Now you may have seen him in a more recent video. He's a much squishier stress ball. But recently I was agitated, I was stressed out, I was having some anxieties, and I picked his nose off, and I picked his horn off, and then I tore him apart. I tore him in half. Because fiddling with stress balls, you just tear them apart sometimes. Another example of when I have been so stressed that I've torn apart a stress ball was this is when I first started going out with my boyfriend, and we were having a Skype date because COVID, and I had one of these Alpine Monero Health Center stress ball, which had been given to me by health professionals. It is now being held together by elastic bands, but it makes good squish sounds now. I tore it apart. I tore it into lots of little. Let's take the elastics off. See if I can hold it together. There we go. So you can. I tore it in half. No, I didn't even tear it in half. I just tore chunks. I tore chunks out of it, right? I ripped it all up until it was into lots of little pieces. You can see the cracks all forming there. See them all forming, all those cracks. That's because I tore it apart. I tore my stress ball apart. We talked about it. I showed him. I was like, oh yeah, that's... and then I put it back together. So this is one of the stress balls that does stress me out to own. Not because actually it's one of the least ones, but these yellow stress balls. But I'm gonna put the elastics back on it. But yeah, so I tend to tear them apart. I get agitated, and just squishing a stress ball is not stress relieving enough for me, you know. So I've torn them up. I've done this multiple occasions. But I keep this one because I think it's kind of cool, and that it all fits back together, and it reminds me of a date that I had with my boyfriend. So those are all okay stress balls to own. They don't really stress me out all that much. However, these four, I can't even hold them up. These four stress me out. So these 4 stress balls I got from healthcare professionals. Well, the same healthcare professional. I was going to a pain clinic, a pain management workshop clinic thing before COVID started, to try and get a manage on my chronic pain. And every time I would go to this group meeting, that would be stress balls. They'd be like, here, take a stress ball, take a stress ball, take a stress ball. And inevitably, I've ended up with 5 of them. Five of these stress balls. The one I tore apart earlier, plus these 4. And that stresses me. It stresses me that I own so many. Like, who needs so many? Who needs 5 stress balls, let alone 6, 7, 8, 9. 9. I have 9. I have 9 stress balls. 9 stress balls. Am I calm now? Stress balls are good. Like, I like the idea of having a toy that you can squish to try and relieve some anxiety. But having 1, yeah, good. Having maybe 2, yeah, good. Having 9, it's like, how stressed am I? Counterproductive, you think? Counterintuitive having that many. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, counterintuitive having that many. Too many stress balls. Too many stress balls. So the last 2 stress balls that I wanted to show you are orange. They're orange stress balls. They're orange and they look like basketballs, which is kind of cool. And they're easier to squish than this one. Different type of squish. My favourite type of squish out of the squishes that I have would have to be this one. It's soft, it's nice, feely good. These ones are harder. He's still good, but he's more hard and squishy. This one's softer, so the softer the squishier, the better. So these yellow ones from the same health workshop, all 5 of them. These ones, I don't remember where I got them from, but I am like 90% sure it was from a disability thing that I went to, where it was like a I don't know, get together afternoon tea thing, support networking place for people on the disability pension. And yeah, for people with disabilities. So I think that's where I was given these. I must have looked anxious